Hot crowd tonight. My God, it's harder than a $2 pistol out here. I got banned from Goodwill. Got banned from all the Goodwills pretty recently. I was going around all the Goodwills and I was adding zeros to all the silent auction bids. If you never tried it, it's a rush. But I was going around, adding zeros to all the Goodwill bids. I never know if it even worked. I just like to imagine like a guy getting a call like Sunday morning, like, sir, you won the banjo for $10,000. He freaks out. Growing up, my parents, they never trusted me. They thought I was lying about everything. There was one time I was about 8 years old, and my parents, they sat me down. I was about 8 years old. And they questioned me about something they found in the trash can. And it was one of those gas station boner pills, It was like a Rhino 69,000, like XXX, and they're like holding it up. I was like 8 years old, I don't know what the hell that was. Insane. They look pretty dope though, like, because they have, like, if you've ever seen them, they're holographic, like you twist a little, like the rhino's coming right at you. It's pretty crazy. But man, growing up, I was really into sneakers. I did a lot of like shoe, like buying and reselling, and I would list like shoes on like Facebook, Marketplace, places like that, and that made my mom really nervous because basically like her mindset is like whoever like wants to buy shoes from my son would like also be interested in like killing him. So always nervous about that. And my first shoe sale, so I was going to meet this guy at the mall at like noon, real dangerous, right? And she wanted my dad to come with me, so my dad came with me. We go meet this guy at the mall, and he gets out of his car. He had a broken leg, a broken arm. He had crutches. This guy wasn't gonna hurt me, and so I took a picture of him. I go back home and I tell my mom, like, you were right. This guy wanted to kill me, but look, I kicked his ass. Look at this guy. And then since then, she trusted me to like go meet people alone. But yeah, selling stuff on like, Let Go, Facebook, it's a hustle. So you got to finesse people, The other day, my brother and I, we sold this rug. It was like a plain gray rug from Ross. It was like $40, but I listed it for $80 on Facebook, and this woman wanted to buy it. So we go meet this woman. She buys the rug. Again, I'm not making this up. This woman, she had her arm in a sling. I don't know what the like. Why are all these injured people buying stuff off Facebook? I guess they have like nothing else to do. But so she bought the rug. My brother and I are heading home. She messaged me. She's like, "Hey, this rug's a piece of shit. It's not worth $80." I was like, "Fuck." I just blocked her. On Facebook. I don't want to worry about that. The other day, this guy, he came over to my house to buy a bocce ball set. Bocce ball. Yeah. And so he comes over to my house with his bocce ball set, and he called me, but I saw him pull up. So I just went outside with the bocce ball set, and when I got outside, he just pulled off. He just drove away. And I texted him. I was like, "Hey, do you not want the set anymore?" And he texted me. He's like, "Oh, I called you, but I got your voicemail message, and I thought you weren't home." And I was like, "What?" And my voicemail. So I went and listened to my voicemail. I forgot it was this, but let me play it real quick. Okay, let me make sure. Speaker volume. Oh, man. Okay, voicemail. Greeting. Custom. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, couldn't answer your call. I'm out on the boat. I'm trying to get back to you as soon as possible.
So yeah, I got the sailing Christopher Cross voicemail, and this guy was like, "Oh, I thought you were out on the boat." So he left. I'm like, God damn, really eating into my sales. Fuck. This was like yesterday. This guy, he messaged me. I had a couple pairs of shoes for sale, and he messaged me. He was like, "I'll give you $100, $100 for these like 5 pairs of shoes." And like 30 seconds go by, and he messaged me again. He spelled out, he said, "Cough, cough." He didn't even give me time to reply, so I messaged him back. I was like, after that cough, cough gag, for you, $1 million for all these shoes. And then he messaged me back. He's like, he's trying to, get a rise out of me. He was like, "Oh, that's a fair price. Where you want to meet?" So, I usually don't do this, but like Moon is in Aries, I think, so I was just firing back. And I said to him, I said, "How about we meet at your mother's house? I'm here right now." So he messaged me again. He's pissed. He was like, "I'm going to make I'm going to make a bunch of other accounts, and we're going to link up, and you won't know until you hear cough, cough." So like this guy, he wants to beat my ass over these shoes. So I tell him, he's like, "You want to meet somewhere? Meet me at this address." I gave him my neighbor's address. This was a neighbor I didn't really like either. So I gave him my neighbor's address, like, "Come over right now. Just walk right in. I'm home." So this guy comes over, goes into my neighbor's house, beats up my neighbor, and he's gone. And it's like, I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't have to worry about this guy. And then my neighbor, he moved. So that's real handy. That's all for me. Thank you.